Today is a little bit unique. We have observers and students that are observing. We want you to use the rubric that we passed out, and also our focus for our discussion is really to ensure that everyone has an opportunity to speak and has shared their position or offered a challenge to someone. So before we start the discussion, I do want to remind you a couple of ground rules. We want to make sure that you look at the speaker, that you talk off of the person's comments, either take a position or offer a counter or an alternative way to look at the position. We also want you to make sure that everyone's speaking, and I want you to really manage who speaks next. So you can put your hand up, you can pass the mic. I know some students said that they don't want the mic, and some said that they do, so it's up to you. And also our focus, our small focus, before we say the big question, we want to again make sure that everyone has a chance to speak. Because when we were reflecting on our past discussions, it seemed to us that we did have maybe like 5 or 6 people would always make a comment, and then we had some people making a comment once or twice or not at all. All right, so we read the text about Kelly, and the big question that we as a community want to come up with the most reasonable answer is, what should Kelly do? All right, who would like to start the discussion?
I think Kelly should, wait, is it for, the Evelyn leaving her picture outside? I think Kelly should tell Evelyn that the picture is outside, so Evelyn's picture doesn't get messed up. And because it's being a nice friend, and maybe if Kelly had trouble doing something, or since Kelly really wants to be our contest, then maybe Evelyn let her win, since Kelly did something for Evelyn.
I agree with Monica. I think she should get it because if she gets it, she'll feel good that she got it, and even if Evelyn wins, she'll feel like she did something so Evelyn won. It would be a win-win situation. And then if she didn't do it, and if she won it, then she'll feel like guilty. If not, she'll feel like bad inside. Evelyn could have won, but then because of me, she couldn't win.
Grace, you get to pick who wins.
I agree with Monica and Grace, because I think that if Kelly tells the teacher or Evelyn that Evelyn's painting is outside, it's probably already wet, and also it could make her feel good. Like if that was her painting, she would want someone to bring it back in if she didn't know. And I think it's just like a nice thing to do.
Okay, so far what I'm hearing is this idea of, if it was her painting, maybe she would want someone to do that for her. And I think you can call it, like, if she can empathize with Kelly's situation, Evelyn's situation, Kelly should be able to do that. Are there any other alternatives, like, perspectives that you can think of? Go ahead.
I guess maybe she would want to leave the painting outside so that she could win. That's fine. Well, I think Evelyn won't care about the painting being outside because it said in the text she has said over and over again that she couldn't care less about prizes and contests and rules. So I don't think Evelyn would care if her painting was wet and this house.
I think maybe in like Kelly's point of view, like she thought that like maybe the teacher, how like the teacher said that it's everybody's responsibility, and maybe she wanted to kind of teach Evelyn a lesson, but like that's not the right thing to do. Like you should like help a person out.
Testing? Okay. I believe Evelyn would care because they said in the text it said that it was like one of her best drawings and it wouldn't just affect her by not winning the contest. It would affect her because it's a painting and she cares about it. And it's one of her best paintings.
I agree with Ben because here at McKay School, like you guys teach us to like if that was you, what would you like you treat them like you treat like you like them like you want to be treated, and yeah, like that's what we learned, so that's what they should probably do.
Like
Let's drop the mic maybe. We can bang the
Yeah.
mic.
I think we have that.
Yeah, probably. Alright.
like let's say like someone's like having a heart attack like right in front of you. You don't like go like, oh well, it's their responsibility, they didn't eat well. You help them out, you call 911. Like it's kind of like the same thing. I'm not trying to be funny. Alice?
How is it the same thing that someone is having a heart attack and the painting is outside?
But like it's the same thing, like you should help a person out even though it's their responsibility kind
Heart attack isn't not the
Alright, so there's counters, but remember our ground rules. We want to, you get to pick who gets to talk next, so we'll stick to that. So Alice, you want to go ahead, and then you can pick who, you can say your comments, so everyone hears it.
I don't think having a heart attack and having a painting outside messed up. This is not the same thing.
of. Okay.
Having a heart attack, a person could die.
But something's kind of
Hold on, let her finish.
It doesn't really affect someone's life, but this affects someone.
I agree with Alice because if you're having a heart attack, then like almost everybody would call 911. But then like when it's a painting outside, it's not as big as a deal. It's just like it's not like it's a problem, but it's not like a big like life-threatening problem. So that's not like a good example. A good example might be like almost like if like somebody fell down and they scraped their knee and they were bleeding a tiny bit, then would you go get the nurse or would you just leave them there? That's like a better example than having a heart attack. Ben?
Well, like, they're kind of both, well, they're kind of like similar because two things are like getting kind of like ruined like right in front of your eyes and you're put in a position and you should choose to help the person by either getting a painting or calling 911. Oh.
I think what Ben's trying to say is that I agree with Ben and Carter and Alice because it's not very similar, but I think what Ben's trying to say is that it's like their problem, kind of. Well, also back to the other question. If I think Kelly should tell Evelyn because that would also affect how her family looks because if she didn't, it would reflect on how her parents looked and maybe like would think that they only cared about themselves and it would probably make her parents feel good.
So I want to just clarify, are you saying that if Kelly doesn't do anything, it makes her family look bad?
I mean,
I kind of disagree because like it's possible that no one can find out, and also I think that just because a child does something doesn't mean that my parents do that. Like I do things and my parents do things, but we're not all the same.
I think it's a mix of both but I think it affects the child more because it's their actions and like Jessica said, we're not all the same. But it can also affect the family because people may think, what do the parents teach their kid?
I agree with Eleni, but also what Annika said is true because her mom said it's beautiful whether you win first place or not. So I think she'll be proud of her even if she loses or not. So I think she'll be more proud if she loses and helps Evelyn out, or rather than if she wins and cheats. So I agree with Eleni and Annika too. Jessica?
I don't think she's cheating. I just think like she's not, because the students are supposed to be responsible for their own paintings. I don't think it's cheating, like it's against the rules, but I still think that she should tell someone.
I agree with Jessica because it's the right thing to do, and it's not really cheating when you're like, it's not really cheating, and I guess it could reflect on her parents, but then her parents said that it's beautiful whether you win first place or not, so she probably would.
Maybe pick someone that you think hasn't said anything.
Like somebody said, I don't think anybody knows that Kelly saw the painting outside, so I don't think
All right, so let me clarify what we're talking about now. It seems to me that students are bringing up if no one sees that Kelly has this choice, that's going to alter whether or not she should do something about it? So is the group saying if no one sees what Kelly's going to do, it doesn't matter what she picks, or she shouldn't pick to help because no one's going to see it? Is that what?
I think it's kind of like saying, if you see someone do something, then you should, if nobody saw me, like, listen to the radio or rob a bank, then I can just get away with it and take the money. But, it doesn't, like, she should still do the right thing. She should know what the right thing is. It doesn't matter if people saw it or not. And if she doesn't do it, and let's say she wins first place, then she'll feel like she did something wrong because everyone could have won, and because she didn't do that, everyone didn't. Like everyone lost the chance to win. She says she's like almost like the first, like the best artist also. So and everyone could have won.
I agree with Grace because if she won and she didn't tell everyone that her painting was outside, maybe, like then she'll regret her feelings and wish she told her that she's gonna be thinking of how doesn't want to take it in because Evelyn has won all of their contests, and but also in another way, Kelly doesn't want to take it because they already said she would graduation.
So it sounds like you can see both sides. If that she does want to do it in some way, but then she doesn't. And I also wanted to talk about this idea. I think Grace picked it up, or she said something like doing the right thing. Well, let's talk more about that. What is the right thing in your opinion?
I think the right thing to do is to bring it in, because then you win fair and square. And then when let's say she didn't bring it in and then she won, instead of feeling happy and proud of herself, she's gonna feel guilt that she didn't help and that she might have not won. Annika?
I agree because if she goes and brings it in, it's like a win-win situation because she's gonna feel good about herself and Evelyn is gonna feel happy from that she helped her with something that
I agree with Annika because if she bring it in, she would Evelyn would thank her and she would feel good about herself, Annika said. But if she didn't bring it in, she would feel sad that she didn't, and also Evelyn would be sad that she didn't win the first prize. So, Grace.
Not doing it is being a bad person, sort of. And everyone, it doesn't say she was her best friend, but even if it was someone, if you were her friend or something, and if it was your enemy or something like that, you should still go outside, and then you can feel good that you did something good. You can stop being enemies with that person.
I think if she did bring it in and Evelyn saw her, maybe she would have, in Evelyn one, maybe she would have gave her some advice. Because if she didn't, then everybody would have
Yeah, I agree, and I think that even if she brings it in, she doesn't win. She's probably gonna make a friend, and I think that's already kind of that's already kind of a prize. I think she'll if I did that and I earned a friend, I would like that more than getting a prize. And at least I want to hear what you have to say. What's your opinion?
I agree. Because it doesn't matter if she sees it and she doesn't bring it in, then it doesn't matter what other people think of her, she's gonna feel bad herself.
When you say she, you mean Kelly?
If she doesn't bring it in, technically she's not breaking any rules, but sometimes rules are sometimes wrong because one example is smoking, you're allowed to, but it's not good for the environment or for anybody else. So the right thing is better than the rules, kind of. Oh, alright.
I hear everybody talking about winning and stuff, but I'm wondering what it mentioned the text mentioned that how would everyone feel if her painting, how would her emotions feel about her almost her best painting getting ruined. The text also mentioned that she doesn't really care about winning. She doesn't care for prizes or rules. So she's wondering what Evelyn would feel if a really good painting that she worked hard on got destroyed.
So let me just clarify. You're saying that based on the text, that Evelyn doesn't care about winning.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, and therefore Kelly should. It doesn't matter if Kelly tells her, because she doesn't. If her painting is damaged, she doesn't care about winning. Is that what you're saying?
I'm also saying that if Kelly Kelly should tell Evelyn and bring it in because it would affect Evelyn's feelings if she doesn't.
If she tells her to bring it in?
Yeah. Do you want to say something?
I think I agree with you because it'll be the right thing to do and you get a friend at the same time. Then
I kind of disagree with Eleni because even though Evelyn doesn't care about like winning, she still cares like that's a really good painting, and like just because like she doesn't really care about like getting a prize, it doesn't mean that she's like careless about her paintings and stuff. Ani?
I was trying to say, I might have not been clear about it, but I was trying to say that it'll affect Evelyn. Her emotions not about winning because she cares about her painting, and if it gets destroyed, she's gonna be sad. Like, she doesn't really care.
I agree, and also if Evelyn's painting is up outside, it said in the text that it was her best painting. Maybe like she would feel like angry and sad that her painting got messed up, and if she knew that Kelly knew that it was outside and didn't tell her, she would probably be mad at Kelly. But it's fine.
I agree with Annika, Drew, Eleni, and Carter because I think that Evelyn would feel bad, but if Kelly brought it in, she would also be a friend. I think being a friend is better than being a prize.
In the ending, she's kind of passionate because it's starting to rain, the bell rang, and she's trying to see what side she should go. I agree with Eleni. It's kind of like a win-win situation if she brings it in because Evelyn will probably thank her and she'll probably get a friend. But if she doesn't bring it in, it's kind of like a win-lose situation because she wins, but then she'll probably forget it and she'll probably kind of mad.
Even if Evelyn didn't enter it in the prize, I think she should bring it in because it says a few more minutes in the rain and the painting would be ruined. That would hurt Evelyn a lot more than losing the contest, and says she doesn't care about winning the contest that much. So she'd care about the painting being ruined more than winning the contest. So I think she should at least like bring it in.
I think if Kelly doesn't bring in the painting, I'm not saying that she should not bring in the painting. I'm saying that she should. But if she doesn't, then Evelyn wouldn't technically be mad at Kelly because she doesn't know that Kelly saw it. She would just be mad that it got destroyed.
Yeah, I agree with Grace because it says that like she couldn't care less about prize contests or rules, and I think what that means is that like she's very passionate about her drawing. Like she would like to draw, like when she wants to draw, she draws because she likes it, not because she's gonna gain a prize or because she's gonna get something in return, but because she likes to do it. Alice?
What if Evelyn found surprise out that Kelly saw the painting outside? Would she be mad at Kelly?
Yeah, but I was just saying if she didn't. But like, if she did see her, she would be mad at Kelly. If she didn't, then she wouldn't be mad at Kelly. She would just be mad at her.
she wouldn't be mad at Kelly because that's what we're discussing right now. We're discussing if she should get it. Like she might be thinking that that Kelly would want to get it. So she wouldn't be mad or happy about her because then she hasn't decided yet. Kelly hasn't decided if she wants to get the painting or she wants to leave it. Jessica?
I think if Kelly leaves the painting outside and Evelyn finds out it's outside and she is not happy about it, I feel like Kelly is gonna feel really guilty. And I think it has something to do with telling the truth and stuff, because if you tell the truth at first it's a lot easier to get through. And if you do it at the end it's harder, then people sometimes lose trust. Even though they don't really know each other that much, I think Kelly should bring it in, because if she did it, everyone would be mad. And then if Kelly said that she saw it outside at the end, everyone would be even mad.
So what I'm hearing is this idea of staying truthful to the moment that Kelly saw the painting. So she if she ignores it, she's not being truthful. Is that what you're saying?
Well, kind of, but it's like when Mr. Fable in the beginning of the year, when we get in trouble or something and go to his office, he tells us you should tell the truth first. It's a lot easier.
Okay.
I agree and disagree because that she felt guilty because it says in the text this year each person is responsible for her own painting, and anyone whose picture isn't in the office by 9th grade to everyone who's at the so maybe if Evelyn found out that Kelly knew that it was out there, maybe she wouldn't be mad at Kelly because the art teacher specifically said to them that their paintings they were responsible for their paintings, and so maybe Evelyn wouldn't be mad at Kelly because she's
I agree with Jessica because if she tells the truth in the beginning, she could get it over with, and then because when you tell somebody later on and they think it was their fault and they get really mad at themselves, but then then you start feeling bad and then you tell them later on, then they're gonna get really mad at you, and instead of gaining a friend, you're creating almost an enemy or something, somebody that doesn't like you that much. So by telling them in the beginning, they know it's not their fault, and then eventually they will forgive you because they know that you wanted to win and that this was something that you cared about. If you tell them in the beginning, but if you tell them later on, it could affect them much more. Christian?
I agree with Hanukkah because if she notices her paintings outside, she's gonna think it was my responsibility that I forgot it outside, and she's gonna learn for that. For in the future, she's gonna not forget things and gonna hand in things on time.
I also agree with Andre and Christian because I think that everyone will learn a lesson, but sometimes learning lessons it's not easy because you lose something but you gain something else.
Yeah, I agree. And then also in the text later on it said the teacher said we were each responsible for our own painting, so everyone's responsible for hers. It's her tough luck that she doesn't want to be responsible. So that kind of shows that Kelly maybe voted for that because she probably didn't want to place and wouldn't be in trouble because she didn't tell her.
So-
But that's
So I wanna just make sure I get this. So we're exploring that idea that, hey, the teacher said there are rules here, and we all acknowledge that, but are we still saying that Kelly should tell Evelyn about the painting outside? Or are we now switching to this idea of not telling so that Kelly could?
Well, maybe I think that he wouldn't tell Evelyn, but I think she should.
Understand.
I think she should at least get in and tell her like next time there might be no one, like this time you were lucky and I saw the painting and I got it for you. Like next time you should be more careful because like let's say there's another art contest next year and then she leaves it outside and no one sees it, then it'll get ruined if she win first place or not. So she should at least like tell her like a lesson like I got it for you, but like next time be more careful.
It says in the text that she could care less about rules, so she might not like consider it too much, but I still think that she would remember it.
Maybe if Kelly got the picture for Evelyn, maybe Evelyn wouldn't enter the art contest just to have Kelly win, because Kelly was being nice friend to her.
I think that Kelly, if she saw the painting, she should just tell Evelyn to go get it. She shouldn't get it because it's her responsibility to actually physically get it. Like other people can warn her, but they can't do it. Christian?
I agree with Max, but they're doing math problems in the classroom, so I don't understand how she could tell Evelyn and then Evelyn could get the painting when they're doing something else. Max?
She could get it, because this is like a project, you could always get a pass or something, you could or someone out or the teacher could get it outside. So grades.
I agree with you, and I think the teacher would be nice enough to let you go outside and get a painting. It's not fair for you not to get a painting because it's just math time, and it's due in 5 more minutes, and it's not like someone a teacher wouldn't allow you to go outside and get a painting.
I think the rules aren't always right. The rules are that if you don't hand it in on time or it's your responsibility. But people make mistakes, and Evelyn made the mistake of leaving her painting outside and not being responsible. So I also agree with Grace when she said that you couldn't tell her next time be more responsible.
I disagree because the teacher specifically told them the rules, and it wasn't this time she didn't tell them the rules. It said that last time a lot of people forgot their paintings.
Yeah, but how would you feel if you worked so hard on a painting, it gets left outside, and then it gets ruined, and you would feel really bad, but you would like if somebody told you.
I disagree because it's kind of also a lesson for life. Sometimes it's really hardships, and you're not going to be able to get the deadline stretched just so you can handle it. I agree with Luca because people are different, and some people really care about those things. Some people don't really care about those things. I know sometimes when I mess up something, I I'm disappointed, but then I know for next time what not to do, and it really helps me because then I can like think about it and like learn from it.
So wait, let me stop the discussion for a minute. So I'm hearing that, you know, Kelly should tell someone or go out there herself or maybe ask a teacher. We said that it's the right thing to do, it's empathetic. We said that she actually may feel guilty if she doesn't say anything. We also said she might gain a friend, right? And it's also being truthful. She saw it, she shouldn't ignore it now. If she ignores it, that's not being truthful to the moment. And then at the other end of the perspective, we said that, hey, Evelyn doesn't even care about paintings yet. Like winning the contest, she cares about her painting, yes, but she does it because she is passionate about it, as Carter was mentioning, and that she should maybe learn a lesson. Is the group now shifting more towards that perspective, or do we feel that she should still tell Evelyn because it's, you know, those reasons that you brought up? Grace?
I think most people would rather gain a friend than losing an art contest or something they're passionate of. And Kelly could have won the art contest, and she could have like told Evelyn her paintings outside. Then she'd feel good, and she would gain a friend. So I think that's why she should go.
I'm still leaning to she should still do it because it's just like in general the right thing to do. Like it's even if you're like you can like what Grace said, you could just tell them next time I might not see it and I might not get it for you. So next time maybe be more aware of like take care of your things. So but I still think that she should still do it and then tell her like a lesson that she should do. Jessica?
I agree because even if Kelly does tell Evelyn and Evelyn can't go outside together, she knows that someone was like thoughtful enough to tell her.
Okay, I'm going to end the discussion now. We'll let's just reflect. Let's think about. We'll do a quick kind of like gauge. You can put your thumbs like this if you feel we kind of did it. Thumb up if we did it, and thumb down. Thumb down if we did not do it. So here's the question: did we put your thumbs up like here, or let's start here at the starting point? So let's think about how did we do as a group about having everyone speak. Do you feel that everyone had a chance to speak? Now, thumbs up if you agree, middle if we didn't, thumbs down if we did not have everyone speak. Okay, hold on. I'm going to ask certain students to maybe share. Drew, why did you grade it a thumbs up?
Because everybody got a chance to talk.
Same question. Grace.
I think it's middle because the people who didn't speak that much, they only spoke like one time, and there was the people who are repeating like talking like 10 times.
Ryan, same question.
I agree with Grace and Ryan in the middle because only like 2 people spoke like once, and then everybody else spoke like almost every time.
Okay. Next question. Do you think that our discussion was acceptable in the fact that we provided our reasons, we gave evidence? Thumbs up if you agree, middle if we kind of did it, thumbs down if we did not do it. What do you think? Max, why did you score it in the middle?
Because he didn't. Only some people gave evidence. Like not everyone gave evidence. Like at the end, like people were talking about one thing for a little bit, like maybe 4 like people talked, and then they switched. Like at the end, someone gave evidence, and that was like the only person who gave evidence out of the 4 people. So.
All right. Same question, Eleni.
Now that I think of it, I give it thumbs up, and now I think kind of like that.
because most people just said what they thought. They didn't really say evidence that much.
Hanukkah.
I think a few people did state evidence from the text, and yeah.
Okay. Carter.
Oh yeah, I think it was only good because I mean, like for the most part, once somebody states evidence and you have the same like amount, if you want to say the same evidence, you don't really have to say it. You could just say I agree with her.
Mhm.
So I think that most of us agreed with somebody else, and then for the most part, we all said a tiny bit of evidence. So I'd give it a thumbs up.
Okay. I also want to add on to, there are text evidence, and then there are things that are called analogies, and I thought Ben offered that when he made the analogy of the heart attack. You know, it's maybe like extreme, but it's an attempt. It's another part of evidence. So I thought that was a great move. And then I think someone else did about smoking, or that was Ben still. Smoking. So that was pretty. That was a nice move on his part. So I wanted to hear from the group that watched us. So, how do you think we did in terms of our argument being clear? For example, did we use the right language that was understandable? Did we have structure in our discussion, or were we random? Eli.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good, and we kind of stuck to the big idea, which was pretty good too.
Okay. Bobby, what do you think?
I also agree with Eli because everyone made their sentence clear, and yeah.
Did you understand our position?
Yeah.
You know, when we say position, what we meant by that?
Yeah.
All right. Kenny?
I think it was good, but other people just kept talking about their own opinion. Like they didn't try to kind of add on to the people, other people's opinion.
So maybe that's something that the group, as a group, we can work on, is adding on to thoughts that, okay, and then offering challenging. So I'll write challenging ideas. I'll write that for the next focus, maybe next time, to work on adding on to other ideas. Okay. Karen.
I disagree a little bit because the next person who spoke did acknowledge the person who spoke before them, either agreed or disagreed,
Okay.
or had a different opinion. So you could just expand on that.
Just expand on it. We're doing it, but maybe we can expand on it a little bit more. Okay. That's fair. Daniel?
I think they are very, and there's some bad examples.
In your opinion? Okay.
Made sense with this.
Okay.
It made a little bit of sense, it might have went straight a little bit.
So better analogies?
Yeah.
All right. Eli, one more?
Also, sometimes it was a bit confusing because you would defend the other position, but then right after you finish talking, you'd go back to your position. So you'd talk about how you'd say she should have brought the painting in, and then you'd say why she shouldn't have, and then again why she shouldn't have.
So we have to be careful with that. If we're going to offer an alternative position, maybe we shouldn't do it right when we're telling our position. Okay, that's fair. All right. Thank you. Good job. You can return.